Welcome everybody. Welcome to this wonderful event. Thank you for joining everyone who's here now. And if you could just drop in the chat your name, where you're joining from, that'll be great. My name is Kate, and I'll be your moderator for the 3-day event. Now, walk us through what we're going to gain in this 3-day challenge. Sources Sort 3-day challenge anniversary edition. Day one, today, Gordon will walk us through Trello project management systems for GovCon, and Hisham will demo Samsearch. That's going to be really exciting. In day two, we'll unlock AI for strategic proposal analysis, discovering the power of strategic AI prompts to quickly break down any source, notice, and extract the critical information you need for any winning responses. And in day three, compliance proposal writing strategies, we're going to learn key strategies and techniques to craft compliant and persuasive proposal content, to save you time and ensuring that you address all key requirements. So this is what we're going to do in the next 3 days. We're going to be together learning, but most importantly, we need to get our hands in to do the work because we need muscle memory. We need to get things going. We need to remember how to do these things so that when we're actually going in, we'll be able to remember what to do. A bit of housekeeping. At the end of presentations daily, there will be time for Q&A sessions. So please get your questions ready. You can just send them in once the chat is enabled, and they will be answered at the end of the sessions. And also each speaker will have about 35 minutes to present, both the Trello or the demo for Samsearch. Introduction of the speakers. Gordon, could you please go to the next slide? Thank you. Right here. So meet the speakers. We have Godwin Opogahnam and we have Hishram Hawara. Godwin is going to talk his role and insights. He is the founder of AI GovCon, and he's been giving value in this space for so long. Also, Hishram, his expertise in creating co-founder of Samsearch. He's going to walk us through the tool and he's going to share all the insights of how to be able to maximize that actively. It's 4:05. I'm going to pass this on to Godwin so that he can walk us through Trello. So Godwin.
All right. Thank you, Kate. Welcome, everyone. I see about 25 attendees right now. Here's the little bit of a kicker. I may not be able to activate the chat only because the webinar has already started and I cannot go in to edit. So here's what I'm going to do because we would still want to take questions. I'm going to send in a shared drive or a shared link where anyone who has a question can put the question in there. But again, welcome to the 3-day challenge. This is the Sources Sought edition, the Sources Sought 3-day challenge, but this is the anniversary edition. The AI GovCon actually started on April 1st, 2024, mostly an education company showing small businesses how to use a suite of tools, a suite of AI tools to bid on government contracts without going through the administrative headache. And in that time, we've accumulated more than 4,000 subscribers, 2,000 community members, and over 40 inner circle members. And to commemorate this moment, to come full circle, today we're going to be having this free challenge. And with my guest speaker and colleague, Hisham, the goal of today is not to show you how great and how knowledgeable we are. In fact, my hope for this 3-day challenge is that from every day, you don't go home thinking, wow, that was an amazing presentation. You actually go home thinking everything that I saw, I believe that I have the ability to implement. And that's going to be the goal for today. But what are you going to take away? What exactly is in it for you? Well, first of all, you're going to take away the ability to create a Trello dashboard that's so simple that it feels like your brain got organized on autopilot. Once you see exactly what I'm saying, you're going to understand what I mean. You're also going to have a clear, repeatable system to track, sort, and move opportunities opportunities from chaos to completion. This is really important because sometimes you might be dealing with something that has a lot of moving parts, and being able to concentrate everything in one place is very important. And lastly, you're going to walk away with a live demo of Samsearch and see how it finds gold from sam.gov in seconds. Anybody who has gone through sam.gov completely understands that it's quite difficult to search for contract. The filtering systems are not perfect. You could type in waste management, and in the list compiled, you're going to find contracts in security, in linen services. So Samsearch really helps to eliminate the pain of having to search through sam.gov and figure out what they're trying to talk about without having to break the bank. And with that being said, here's the truth. I'm going to start this off with a story. In 2020, I paid over $3,000 for a recruitment course. And in the space of 12 months after paying for the recruitment course, I got a client who paid me about $30,000. So I made $30,000 after spending just over $3,000 on the course. However, some of the people in that same community, same course, I saw something. You can type questions in Q&A, so you can actually ask questions. That's great. Okay, so what I was saying is that some of the people who I in my cohort went on to building $1 million recruiting agencies, and I made 30,000. With that being said, I want you to know that while we provide the expertise and support to position you for success, we cannot guarantee the award of any contract. Winning a contract ultimately depends on your dedication, your effort, and how much you apply yourself to the actual process. So this system you're going to see is one that helped Zinni to win her first contract. It was about a $7,000 contract. Momentarily, a $232,000 contract came in. Latanya won her first contract a couple months ago, and then a few days ago, she picked up another 5-year contract. I wonder if Latanya is actually here today. And then Charles actually started as submitting a sources sought. He chased down the sources sought, and within 7 months, that sources sought became a solicitation, and he had first dibs. And the value of that contract was about $500. He was doing this $500,000. He was doing this part time. So, in order for us to start this, I want to begin with foundation. That's why we started this 3-day challenge with getting organized. It's going to be the first thing that I want you to do. And there's going to be a challenge today, and I hope that everyone, I see right now we do have about 30 participants. If we could even get 20 people to follow all the challenges from day 1 all the way to day 3, we're going to hear some really interesting stories, because most GovCon businesses lose opportunities not from bad proposals but from disorganization. I end up talking to people who tell me, "Hey Godwin, I've been in the GovCon business for 2 years." Oh, cool. So how many bids have you submitted? Just about five. 5 bids submitted in 2 years, and you think that the system doesn't work. Well, today we're going to flip the script, and I'm going to show you how to stay organized with every opportunity with just a free Trello dashboard and the powerful tool that we're going to demo today. But here's the real challenge. Number one, sam.gov is overwhelming. I don't have to repeat this. Anyone who has gone through sam.gov, you try to look for a contract within an industry that you're interested in, you have seen what it looks like. Tracking opportunities can be messy. Sometimes opportunities have different moving parts. So putting everything into one place allows you to have visibility on what you're doing. Missed deadlines equal missed revenue. I've talked to many people who say, "Godwin, I was about to submit, but then life happened. I was unable to submit. I'm busy. I'm traveling." Most of the people actually that are part of the AI GovCon community, what I find, you're high up in your profession, you have family. So there's a lot going on. That's why there are lots of missed deadlines. But within this tracking sheet that I'm going to show you, you can set reminders. There's something powerful about having an email reminder on the contracts that you're pursuing. And the last thing is that you're not really alone. See, you can always reach out to people within the community. You can reach out to myself as far as you're in the community. And inner circle members certainly get questions answered. But here's some of the things that you don't need. A massive team, especially at the beginning. You don't need to go out and hire a bunch of people, especially when, and this is the tricky thing with hiring, because when I started my recruiting agency a few years ago and I made my first commission check, one of the first things I did was I went and I hired a virtual assistant, but we didn't have the cash flow to hire anyone exactly. And I was only able to keep them there for 2 months. But the bigger issue was because I didn't have the systems of the business properly laid out, I could not train the person that I hired. And this is something a lot of people don't talk about. Oh, I'm going to hire a virtual assistant from the Philippines. Oh, yeah, I'm going to hire this person. Okay, do you have the SOPs to ensure that that person is working on a daily basis so you can get the value of your money? So you don't need a massive team, especially at the beginning. Analysts. I was talking to someone who said, you know what? I am an analyst for the government. What I do is that I show you where the government is spending money and I consult for you to direct your attention to those places. There are websites that show you where the government actually spend money on what agencies. So you don't need an analyst to help you do that. You don't need any fancy type of consultant. You can decide that you want to pay me. I'm very expensive. But in terms of need, you don't need any high level expensive consultant in order for you to put in your first bid. But here's the question I have. What if getting organized on a budget was the key to submitting stronger, faster sources sought responses without burnout? What if there was a way? And I would actually like to know if there was a way that you could organize your opportunities without having to break the bank. Is that an opportunity that you will take? I would like to know, is that an opportunity that you will take? Because this is going to be the game plan for today. Like I said, I want to make this very simple because my intention is that after today, you're going to look back at this presentation and say, yes, that was a good idea and I want to implement it. I don't want you to say, well, that was a great presentation. He speaks so well. That was a good idea and I think I can implement it. So the first thing is today's game plan is we want to build a custom, stress-free tracking system for sources sought. Custom, stress-free tracking system for sources sought. Built for you and by you. And we only need two tools. We only need two tools. The first tool we're going to need is ChatGPT. The second tool we're going to need is Trello. And what are we going to be doing with GPT and Trello? Well, ChatGPT is going to be used for planning. What are we planning on ChatGPT? We're going to be planning our tracking system with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to help us to lay out the plan that we would execute on Trello. So once ChatGPT has given us the plan, we execute that plan on Trello. And this is how we're going to do it, okay? The first thing is I'm going to show you the steps. Like, I'm going to first walk you through all the steps verbally. I'm going to tell you how, I'm going to break it down so easy that you can follow. But the second thing I'm going to do after telling you about it is I am going to build it out in your presence. And then the third thing that's going to happen is that you are going to build it out. More announcements on where you're going to get the instruction to build this out. But these are the three things we're going to do today. I'm going to verbally tell you about it, like I've already done. Verbally telling you about it means that number one, we're going to use a specific prompt in ChatGPT to create a Trello dashboard. And we're going to execute on that. And then you're going to do it by yourself. But guys, with that being said, let's start with the step-by-step breakdown. First of all, the first thing you're going to want to do, step one, take notes. Step one, go to the breakdown sheet and copy and paste the prompt provided, the provided ChatGPT prompt. I'm going to show you exactly what that is. I have already prepared a Trello cheat sheet for everyone who is currently on this live. The second step is going to be to drop it into ChatGPT. So when you copy the prompt from the Trello dashboard, you want to put it into ChatGPT. Hit enter and it's going to give you a tailored workflow. The third step is going to be to follow the build instruction. It's very simple. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to look out for. And then the fourth step is to add real contracts. This is a 4-step system to getting yourself a tracking system for your activity. So here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm done telling you. Verbally, I have told you, and I believe that you have a clear understanding of what could possibly happen. Now, I am going to follow my own instructions and I'm going to show you. So if we get out of this screen right now and we go into the school community, in the classroom section of the school community, there is a challenge day one tab. When you click on this tab, it's currently locked, but when you click on it, there are a few things you're going to see. There's a video that explains how to create this Trello dashboard, and there are two resource files at the bottom. The first step was to open up this Trello cheat sheet. So when I click on the Trello cheat sheet, this is what I see. This is the prompt that I'm going to use. This ask me to set up the Trello and then add my first contract. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to open ChatGPT here. I'm going to copy the prompt. I'm going to paste the prompt into ChatGPT. So ChatGPT says this. It says creating a Trello board to manage the life cycle of responding to government sources sought solicitations involves organizing the board into several key phases. Each phase or list will capture specific activity and information to streamline the process from identifying opportunities to tracking outcome. Here's a simplified plan for setting up your Trello dashboard. Now, you're going to see a bunch of stuff. You see identify opportunities, drafting response, and there's a bunch of other things under each heading. You have the purpose, you have the card information, you have the best practices. This is what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on the cards or the lists, excuse me, the list. A list on Trello is a phase of the project. So I'm going to open up Trello right now and I'm going to start a completely new dashboard. So to start a new dashboard, you're going to click on this plus sign. We're going to name it test and we are going to create. Certainly you can name it whatever you want, sources sought, your company name, whatever the case. Again, I want to reiterate this. A list is a phase of the project. So let's say you have a project, it's a three-step project. All three steps, you're going to have to create an individual list each step. But check this out. These are the lists. Identify opportunity, drafting responses, internal review, outcome track. Okay, what's the next? The first step, grab the prompt, throw it into ChatGPT. Second step, follow the bid or the build instruction. So right now, we want to create our list. I'm just going to copy this. Copy. List one has been created. Add list. Go in, drafting responses. That's for list two, the second phase. Add list. Number three, internal review. That's your own quality check. Add list. Again, submission. Keep track of the things you've submitted. Add your list. And lastly, outcome tracking. Outcome tracking. So here you go. I've given you the very foundation. This is at the very base level on what your activity tracker is going to look like. There are so many more features, but this is the first step. Now, I'm going to go to the third step. What's the third thing I need to do? The third thing that I need to do is I need to go and get my sources sought, add a few contracts. I'm going to be using Samsearch. I'm going to allow Hisham to really go through Samsearch in more detail, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to find sources sought using Samsearch. I'm not going to sam.gov today, and I just went to sam.gov. So Samsearch, here we are. I'm going to sign into my account. Okay, I am in my account right now, and I want to find some sources sought contracts in the industry of janitorial. So what I'm going to do here is very simple. All I need to do is, okay, I want the sources sought to be due within the next 30 days. So that's my filter. And then post date, I'm not really too interested in filtering that, but I want to make sure that I'm only looking at sources sought. So I clicked on sources sought over there. And okay, I don't remember the industry I said I wanted to go with, but let's try linen services. Linen services. Once you click or you type in your industry keyword, what Samsearch does at this point is that it's supposed to giving you some codes, some solicitation numbers as the headline. It tells you exactly what the service is about. It says window treatment and covering services. It says yellow ribbon event. And it's also so kind to give you a summary of what this is about without even opening the solicitation or the sources sought in the first place. So at this point, at a glance, we can say, oh, well, you know what? I have a lot of experience in dry cleaning and laundry services, and this is for the Department of Veteran Affairs. Okay, that's interesting. I can click on it. And when you click on it, all the attachments would display right here. You have the ability to download it immediately, and you have a summary over here of what the contract is about, the description summarized, primary contact. You have all that information with just a few clicks. So I'm really happy with this contract. I believe this is something that I can pursue. That means that I can now add it to my Trello dashboard under identifying opportunities. Note to self. Now, adding something to your identifying opportunities doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to pursue it. It could be, okay, well, today I identify all my opportunities. Tomorrow I draft all my responses. This is a strategy called batching. When you batch your tasks, as opposed to focusing on one opportunity and seeing it through to the end, you can batch your task or you can focus on one opportunity. This is now just a productivity conversation. What I want to show you here is that number one, we have visually created our tracking sheet for sources sought. Number two, we have added a card. Something that's really significant about these cards is that once you go into the card, you have a lot of tools that you can begin to use. Let's say, for example, the due date of this particular contract is sometime in April, and I want to get it done by the 2nd of April, for example. I can add a reminder right here, and I could say, listen, I would like you to actually let me know 2 days before the due date, and you can save that. It will be sent to your email. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, you want to get all the attachments into your Trello dashboard. You can easily download this, go into Trello, attachments, choose file. I'm going to go into my download, and here we go. I have that sources sought notice now in my card. So here's the deal. Within this card, you have all the information that you're going to need. By the way, under this prompt, these are some of the features that you can use within your phase and within your card. All this information. So again, let's explore the cards a little bit more. You can add notes, you can label, color code. All of this is at your disposal and it's all for free. You do not have to get excuse me, I lost my train of thought. So again, with the features in the card, you can use all sorts of features. I only recommend you use the features that would be useful to your productivity. But let's say you've identified this opportunity. It's time for you to draft a response. You can easily move the card to the next phase, move the card to the next phase, and move the card to the next phase as it goes on. Now, again, my goal is not to overload you with information on these given days. In fact, my intention is more so I want you to go back and create this tracking sheet and add three sources sought contracts into your identifying opportunities. I'm going to do a quick recap on what we've done today. Number one, you have the exact prompt that you need to create a custom tracking sheet for your sources sought. Everybody gets it. It's going to be unlocked at the end of today's event. Step two, after you've grabbed that prompt, you want to throw it into ChatGPT, allowing ChatGPT to give you the exact instruction on how to build your sources sought activity track. Step three would be to insert the list, which would be the phases of your solicitation, of your sources sought journey. And step four would be to add some real contracts and begin to use it. I'm going to say this as a caveat. If you find that you're more productive with a different phase, like let's say you're not really looking for an internal review, I recommend you have it. This is just an example. If there's a phase that you feel like it's not too useful to you, feel free to remove it. However, what I'm telling you is that the plan that ChatGPT is going to create for you is going to be a fantastic start. And right now, about 6:30 on the clock, I'm going to give my last remark. Using this Trello worksheet, you're going to have the ability to track your activity without playing the guessing game. Over to you, Kate.
That was so good. That was so good. Truly, Trello is so powerful to help to keep things organized, keep things easy to actually resonate with when you're going through this complicated process. So we have the question and Q&A, but there it's actually open. You can drop in your questions if you have any. You can also send them anonymously if that's your preference. Please feel free to use that to drop questions in and let's keep the engagement going. You can also drop questions in the community as well if you have anything related to the session. Shortly, Ishram is going to come in and walk us through Samsearch 2. But at this moment, maybe if you want to take a drink of water, let's just give 1 minute. If you want to drink water, if you want to stretch, just relax a bit and just shake your shoulders. That's what I'm doing right now, literally. You can move your shoulders around and just relax while we have Ishram join us shortly. So go grab water, stretch your legs for a minute. Hello, hello, hello. Are we all still here? We drank water? Are we ready for walking through the tool? It's quite a, yeah, I know we don't have the chat to use, but that's okay. You could use the Q&A to drop in. You could drop it as a comment as well. That's okay. And you could also drop in questions if you have any. So at this moment, I'll introduce Hisham. Hisham is going to walk us, he's a co-founder of Samsearch tool. He's going to walk us through a demo, show us how the tool is used, and over to you, Hisham.
All right, I'm just going to put Hisham's presentation up, and Hisham, please feel free.
While we're getting that ready, I'll just walk us through the tasks for today again. We need to click on the link, download the freebie that we have there. If you go into the community, once that's open, under classroom, you'd see challenge day 1, and then you can download. Yeah, can you open that, please? Okay, you're opening it now. Perfect.
All
So
right.
in case anyone is wondering, you can just go into the community as well. Just when you go into the community, under classroom, challenge day 1, you have the resources there. You have Trello cheat sheet, and you have the second one, understanding sources source. But you can open Trello cheat sheet to help to get the prompts to walk you through how to create your Trello dashboard. Once you're done, you would submit you take a screenshot of that dashboard and submit it under day 1 challenge submissions in the community. So that's going to be there where you can drop that. So remember, action takers get results faster. So let's take action. Let's get this done. And if you have any questions regarding how to get this done, you can always ask that now, or you can ask this in the community as well. Okay. Hisham, over
We're
to
just
you.
getting the slides ready, and he's going to be coming on.
So you're sharing your screen, by the way. Okay. There's also a video, about 3 minutes there that can walk through how to use Trello. It's detailed to help to pretty much summarizes what Godwin just shared with us, and that'll be really helpful when you're going through it on your own.
Hi everyone, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome, awesome. If you can also, Godwin, if you can let me share my screen so I can show the demo, that would be great. Sorry everyone for the technical difficulty. We're a technical company, but sometimes technical difficulties happen. What can we do? Okay, no screen share. No worries. We can start with the demo, actually with the presentation first, see what we can do to share the demo. Can you click on present if you don't mind? Okay, so I know you guys cannot react, but I can just I can feel the aura, I can feel the vibe if you tell me. I was hoping if you could do a thumbs up if you've ever watched a tutorial on how to search on sam.gov. You can maybe use the raise hand feature if it works. But I want to see how if anyone here tried searching on a tutorial on YouTube or anywhere else to search on sam.gov. I'll give you a few minutes to tell me if that's been the case for you.
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple of hands going up. I'm seeing a couple of hands.
Nice, nice. So it seems like it's a universal problem. So I want to go to the next slide and now ask you if you can tell me, maybe now raise your hand if you ever watched a tutorial on YouTube on how to search on Google. Did that ever was the case? Did you ever watch a 1-hour tutorial on how I should search on Google? Without even seeing the results, I can already tell probably not. If you scroll, Godwin, maybe if you scroll with that, why?
Yeah,
Why?
not as much.
No,
Yeah.
not as much. Okay, maybe scroll a bit, Godwin. So you see the problem. Why there are 1-hour tutorials on YouTube teaching people how to search on sam.gov? If search was working properly, if search was easy and intuitive, we wouldn't have multiple, if not probably hundreds of YouTube videos teaching people how to search on sam.gov. That's because searching on sam.gov is difficult, unintuitive, and in most cases does not work. So if you can go to the next slide, Godwin, use the arrow. So what is really so bad about sam.gov? Like why maybe all of us have this feeling that this site just sucks, but why? What's so bad about it? So I'll show you a few examples and I'll show you why I think it's a terrible website. I'm not going to spend too much time on that because I can guess probably most of us agree on that. But if you can go to the next slide, Godwin. So if you click on this link on Samsearch, on sam.gov, it has I think sam.gov has terrible keyword search. So yeah, if you can just click on sam.gov, the link, yep, this one. So you see here in the example, in the keyword search, I search for cleaning for HVAC. And as you can see, there are no matches found. Well, you might tell me, oh, Hisham, like probably there are no contracts for cleaning for HVAC. You're asking for something specific. Well, Gordon, if you can go back to the presentation, then I would like you to explain this. If you can click on the link, I'd like to explain why there is a cleaning for HVAC system contract that's active on sam.gov. How is it possible that I a mistake and missed a in my search query, and I was not able to find this contract? So most of you probably, if you search on sam.gov, you can see that the keyword search is terrible, and that's why a lot of people, a lot of mentors, a lot of people in the space would tell you avoid keyword search because it's just not accurate, and you're gonna miss on so many opportunities if you rely on it. Well, then, if you could go back to the presentation, Gordon. Well, then, okay, so if you go to the next slide, well, then they tell you, okay, use NAICS codes. But what is the problem with NAICS codes? There's just too many of them. There are thousands of NAICS codes, and many opportunities fall under multiple codes. So you could have one opportunity, but then two codes could be the code for that opportunity. Another problem with that is a lot of agencies and government agencies, they're people as well, and it's very easy for them to make a mistake and choose the wrong NAICS code for a contract. So, for example, if you think, okay, I'm looking at all the cleaning government contracts, I have all the NAICS codes, but the agency could have labeled the government contract with the wrong NAICS. So just with that, it's confusing. You might be missing the NAICS code, and even if it's not your fault, the agency might label or misclassify the opportunity with the wrong NAICS code. So NAICS code, maybe not too much, and it's also not human, like searching with numbers. I personally don't like it. I don't know about you, but if you can go to the next slide, Godwin. And then let's say we actually go through the search and we manage to find something that's relevant, right? What's even worse is the search results are hard to navigate. If you click on the link, it's just hard to navigate. Like here I'm searching for medical supplies, and I was lucky I found 22 opportunities. But if you look at the titles, and you've probably seen this for whatever you search for, you have a number in the title, and then you have text that makes no sense, and then you have some text under it that usually does not mean anything. So what you end up doing is you have to click through each one of these. If you click on the first opportunity, Godwin, you have to click through each one of these. For example, I'm clicking on this one, and then I have to scroll down, and I'm faced with a long description. As you can see, I have to read this as well. Okay, maybe I don't want to bid on this one. I go back to search, and then again with the cycle, I have to go back to the second title that doesn't make any sense as well. Click on it, see a long description, read it. This is going to take me so much time. It's so time consuming. Probably after reading 2 or 3 of these, I'm checked out. I probably want to do something else with my life. So what's even worse about search is I'm having to spend so much time just to understand each one of these, and that's gonna cost me so much time and effort and mental bandwidth that I have to just waste to read this unreadable text. So I hope now you all agree with me that sam.gov really, if you go to the next. So okay, so we see that sam.gov really sucks. Well, they might tell you, okay, state level contracts, they're easier, they're less competition. All of that is true. But if you click on the Excel sheet, the Excel sheet, you see that there are hundreds of government procurement websites, as you can see, and I have listed all of them for all states, and there are 51 of them. I think if you count the District of Columbia, and then each one has a different one for state, different one for city, different one for universities. It's just so many of them. You know what's even worse? You would think, oh, sam.gov has to be the worst, but I can promise you sam.gov is the best. It's like these websites, they have a competition on who can make the worst procurement website. They love ugly user interfaces. I don't know why. If you go back to the presentation, this is probably one of the best ones. If you click on the other one, this is for the state of New York. And this is a really popular website in state government contracting. And as you can see, these are government contracting opportunities. This is not readable, and you can really not understand anything. Like, I actually think sam.gov is way better. And even when it comes to searching, this is terrible. And then you have 191 pages of this that you have to go through. It's just extremely difficult. And that's just one website. Imagine having to do this for 2, 3, 5. Did I tell you there are 300 of them? So, okay, sam.gov maybe is not so bad after seeing all of these. So it's hard hard to do all of this for SAM.gov, and it's even worse for state level. So what is the solution for all of this? If you can go to the next slide. The solution is using AI for government contracting, and that's through samsearch.co. If I can share my screen, Godwin, would it be possible? I think the next part would be difficult to do without me sharing my screen.
Yeah, right now, I wouldn't be able to give you access. Let's attempt to demo this as best as I can. I would listen to you closely and follow as best as I can. That's
Sure,
possible.
we'll do a quick one. I guess I don't want to bore everyone for too long, but if you can go on Samsearch, if you don't. So, do you remember yeah, if you can go on search. So this is what you would be welcomed with. Actually, this is nice. Yeah. So with Samsearch, you have the option. If you click on federal, Godwin, you have the option with just one click switch between federal, state, federal grants, and also SBIR and STTR. So if we go to grants, do you remember that contract? Sorry, if you go to federal, do you remember that contract that SAM.gov was not able to find? It was cleaning for HVAC.
Yeah, remember.
We'll see if Samsearch can find it. So as you can see, it was able to find it immediately, and we're getting with each one of the results an AI generated summary, so we can quickly make bid, no bid decisions without even click on it. You can go back to the search. Yeah. So you see here the Department of Defense, specifically the Department of Air Force, is issued a solicitation for cleaning services for an HVAC system. So just with that, I was able to understand what this government contract is about. The other thing, if you see in the bottom right corner, it says due date and it's past due. Mind you, this is an active opportunity on SAM.gov. You would have no indication on the page that the deadline has passed. But with this, I know, okay, maybe I should not actually look at this because it's past due. The deadline has passed. Although on SAM.gov, it's an active opportunity. So just with this, I can scroll and see that, okay, I can quickly read the AI generated summary, see if this is something I want to bid on or not. Not, okay, good, I can go on to the next one. So I wanna really show you what this search, like how powerful it is. If you can go back to the search, Godwin, if you can scroll up. So let's say I work in leasing, right? I lease spaces for the government. In my search, I did not use the word lease, which is usually used in government contracting, but I made the mistake of searching for renting spaces. Let's try renting spaces, Godwin. So you see with search. So we're doing renting spaces, and as you can see, the first opportunity that it found has no mention of the word rent. You could see even in the AI generated summary, it doesn't mention that. It says that is seeking proposals for a fully serviced lease of approximately 1,800 square feet. This is a search that understands you as a human being. It's utilizing AI to understand what you're talking about. Okay, you made the mistake. You didn't mention the word lease that's mentioned in the description or in one of the documents, but it understood that what you mean is renting spaces. Another example we can do is if you can change from federal to state. Yeah, and let's do mental health. And as you can see, now it's searching across all states, all major cities, and a lot of educational institutes, and it's pulling out mental health government contracts without even the mention of mental health. So if you see the second one is therapy training, it doesn't mention anywhere that it's a mental health government contract. But as you can see, it found one through the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health and is seeking virtual behavioral therapy. And it found multiple ones in Vermont, in South Carolina, in Los Angeles. This way you are searching across 300 websites just with one line that understands you as a human being. It understands your text. Now let's go a step further, and if you can, on the side, Godwin, do you see the icons on the left? The one above this, yeah, if you the one above the star, if you can click on it. So what you can do, even though, like, maybe we don't want to search every single day. Maybe I want to search for government contracts once a week, but I don't want to miss out on government opportunities that come. Like if you bid on things like cleaning or janitorial services or HVAC, these come and go quick. So you see, like, a posted date was yesterday, and then you see the deadline is in a week or even less sometimes. So how do you not miss out on these great opportunities? You utilize AI, so AI can do the searches for you. So if you click on schedule new alert, and then you type here whatever you want the AI to search for. So let's say we want to search for renovation government. You can say whatever you want. Renovation government contracts in, for example, Dallas. So this way, the AI, Samsearch AI, what's it gonna do? It's gonna go on the federal website, sam.gov. It's gonna go on all the state level, city government contracts, and it's gonna find you relevant government opportunities that are in the renovation space in Dallas. And then you can set the frequency. So how often do you want to be notified of these opportunities? Do you want to be notified daily? So then you choose daily. Do you want to be notified weekly? Then you're gonna get a report. I wish I could share my screen. I would show you what you would get in your email. But if you, let's say, select, let's say weekly, for example, this way you're gonna get weekly emails about renovation government contracts in Dallas. And let's say you also want to choose the notice type. You don't want to everything. Let's say you're doing sources sought. Since this is a sources sought webinar, you could choose sources sought, and it will filter out sources sought. And whenever it finds something that's relevant to what you're searching for, it will send it to you. So this way you're making sure you're not missing on great opportunities, and the AI is sending you government contracts. Obviously, the same way you see it in search, you would get the title, you would get a summary, you would get the deadline, and you would get the state if it's in a specific state. So you would know exactly, okay, you open your email, you check your email in the morning, okay, maybe this is a opportunity I want to bid on, and you pursue it from there. This way the AI is doing the searches for you. If you can create the new query, Godwin. Now, can you go back to search? So you see the save button on the top right, in the cell, the search results. There's a save
button.
Yeah, save in the star. A bit the first result. Do you see the first result?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So once you save this opportunity, if it's inactive, this one is past due. What happens is before the deadline, so you don't miss out on it, before the deadline, you'll receive an email notifying you of the deadline. This way, you make sure that you're submitting your bid on time because, as you know, a lot of agencies, a lot of contracting officers, they're really strict about the deadline. So if you miss it, it's a big deal. This way, you make sure that whatever contracting opportunity you're interested in, you will make sure that you will be notified. So this way, you don't miss out on it. Now, I'll quickly highlight this because I don't want to take too long. If you can go back to federal maybe and search for HVAC, and let's do search HVAC, and then let's do search, and then we only want to see active only. So in the filters, if you can click on active only, up right there. Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna be very quick with this. If you click on, let's say we find the first opportunity, that's nice. This one, we like it. We want to pursue it further. We want to get more information about it. Click on it. If you scroll down, as you can see, there are a bunch of attachments. There's just a lot of them, and it's just difficult to read through all of these to understand this opportunity, especially if it's HVAC. Like, it's not that deep. Why are there so many? What you can do, if you can click on summarize for the first one, what it will do, it will read through the document, and since it's a number, you don't know what this document is about. So before you download it, before you spend so much time on it, it will summarize it quickly for you, highlight all the key details in it, so you saw, okay, maybe this is a document I want to download and read more about. I don't want to take too much time, but if you scroll all the way up, Godwin, I think we will end with this because I want to limit myself to this much time, because I think more than this, it would just be too much. Scroll up a bit.
Honestly, you can, Hisham, you can go in a little bit on proposal writing.
Do you think
Just a little, just a speech.
I'd rather, to be honest, do that myself, because I think you would bad results since you don't have like a profile and attachment stuff like that. So I want to demo it that way. But I just want to highlight, like, just quickly into one sentence, what you could do is also you could ask Samsearch AI and you can generate a proposal. So this way you will be able to ask it more questions about this or generate a proposal. So and also, do you see, I don't want to ruin this for you, Godwin, but we actually gonna embed a Trello board in our software. So besides you can generate proposal, you can ask Samsearch AI the same way you teach your inner circle about how to use AI to ask questions about the attachments and all of that. It will have context. You'll be able to generate a proposal using AI. You'll have the Trello board, which you will be able. This one we're gonna release this week, hopefully. So it will be able to do that for you as well. So maybe do the exercise, because it will definitely make it easier for you once we release that. But I just want to mention that. One last thing I want to mention: you can try this out for yourself. Like, don't listen to me, I guess. You can, Godwin will post a link and a special offer for his inner circle. And this is something we have discussed. And I think we want to do this because Godwin has a great audience with the inner circle. So what we want to do is we want to offer you a 25% discount for 3 months. So Godwin is going to share the discount code with you, and he is going to also share the link. So make sure to use his link and use his code to get 25% off. This is a limited time offer. We're not going to have this long for too long, maybe this week only. So make sure you capitalize, make your life easier, and win these government contracts, because you can get ahead of the competition if you're using the right tools. And I'm hoping Samsearch will be that tool for you. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you best of luck in your government contracting journey.
That was really awesome. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Hisham. How
Thank you.
awesome was that, guys? Like that blew my mind.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Sam Search, so easy to use. Like even with the technical challenge of not being able to demo it himself, he was just walking, going through it, and it was a breeze, right? Like just going seamlessly, clicking, and then getting all the results come out. And the beauty is that you can get access to this tool with a discount for the next 3 months. And it's only here because of the relationship that they have, and it's giving it to Godwin's Circle for 3 months at 25% discount. So this will help you, manage opportunities, find bids faster. It's a very intuitive tool. That's awesome. Like I didn't even look at the proposal writing feature as well. Like there's so much within that help you to also manage your projects as well. So once they embed the Trello, so that's a good point, right? Like get the Trello tax done so that you get yourself set up ahead of the time. When you get used to using a project management tool as powerful as Trello, clearly because of how good it is, it's going to be embedded in the Samsearch tool. So it's 2 for 1 coming right up.
Yes, one more thing I want to say: if you want a demo of the product or you want to ask us questions, you just use the chat in Samsearch. There's a chat feature. If you can, Godwin, go to samsearch.co. Not the app, because they won't have access to it from default. Samsearch.co, and there's a chat at the bottom. I don't know if they can see it in the corner. Yeah. So this chat, just tell us that you are from Godwin's Inner Circle, and if you want like a demo, if you want any help, if you want to ask us questions, maybe there are a few things that we did not show you. If you want to see them for yourself before you try it out, let us know, and we will get back to you and we will get you a demo. Just like Godwin said hi, we will be in touch with you the second. Hi, Godwin's family, reach out here. So already you got a response. Just reach out. We will definitely try to help you in your government contracting journey. As you can see, there are a lot of companies that are working with us. We have big, small businesses, but since you are in Godwin's family, we will try our best to tailor it to your business as much as possible. So reach out if you have any questions or you want to see a demo for yourself.
Hey Hisham, there's actually a quick question in there for you. It was someone asked, and someone anonymous asked, did you create Samsearch?
I am one of the co-founders. I actually am a software engineer at Microsoft, and I coded a big part of it, but also my co-founders did a lot of the work as well. So I'm just one of the founders. I did some work, but a lot of it was done by the team.
And it seems like there's another question again for you, Hisham. Is it best to get the starter or pro subscription? So if you can talk a bit about that, I have them here.
So the good thing about Pro is you get access to the proposal generation, and also you get access to state, local, and education. So if you really want to get access to those and you want to streamline the process of making government proposals, then I would highly recommend going with the Pro. It's the most popular, to be honest. We mostly get subscriptions on the Pro. We don't get many on Starter because just the benefit with getting access to state contracts and the proposal feature.
And is the discount code going to apply to all plans?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Those are the questions that were there for you. I think there was one initially when I spoke about Samsearch. It says, Godwin, can you follow the solicitation on Samsearch? So what would it look like if I wanted to follow a solicitation? Let's say I'm on Samsearch, I see something in HVAC, and I want to go back to the exact link of that solicitation. Is that possible?
Yeah, so if you go back to the app,
Okay.
and let's search, and then search for, let's say, it's okay, make the mistake, you will still find it. No, it's okay. But if you click on active only,
Active only.
yeah, to go to the one that we just want to show. Yeah, this one, if you click on it, the first one, or whatever one you want. If you scroll all the way to the top, you see view. No, the opposite actually. No, to the top. You got to go to the top.
Okay.
Yeah, and then view. That will show you the solicitation on sam.gov. It will
Fantastic.
show you the opportunity there. Actually, one more thing. If you can go back to that page, if we have like just 2 minutes, I want to show something. Scroll down all the way to the bottom. You could also see similar opportunities, and you could also see subcontractors. This works with like maybe things like HVAC, things like, for example, any janitorial services. You will be able to find businesses with their reviews, and if you click on show details, you'll be able to see their details. You can visit their website. You can get actual reviews on Google. So if you are in anything like blue collar related or anything like I mentioned, cleaning, linen, heating, HVAC, these things, this is a gem for also finding subcontracts. So you could try this out as well. Obviously, if we're talking about things that are technical, like once it gets to IT, software, things like that, it would not be very helpful. But things that are like I mentioned, cleaning, janitorial, HVAC, all these things, it will definitely be a good help.
Thank you, Hisham. I see a question here. It says, what do you mean by educational opportunity?
Oh, yeah. So if you go to the Excel sheet, no, Excel sheet in your, yeah, top, exactly. So let's go scroll up. You see this one, for example, if you look anything highlighted, these are community colleges and some of them are universities that have government contract. In most cases, they would not have a lot. So if you see Los Angeles Community College District, that's an education institute that they actually sometimes have government contracts. So we capture those as well. This is a list of all the websites that we capture. So an example, in New Jersey, there's this school district, anything that's labeled education. These are, we call them like education institutes that they post contracts. They're not government contracts, but they're procurement contracts. So that's the education level. If that, hopefully that answers the question. And you can go to all the, you can get the original source for all 300 websites. So no matter what the website, you'll be able to find the original source. Like I'm saying, if you're searching on Samsearch and you want to see the original posting, you'll be able to do that, even for state level and cities and education.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic. One thing I really like about Samsearch, it's turning into that all-in-one government solution that one, it doesn't really break the bank. I don't know how many people, or I guess I believe this, or initially we had a representative from GovTribe which is a similar website. They do something similar, state contracts. They don't have grants, federal contract, and they usually charge an annual anywhere from $580 to $855 for the entire year. Personally, I don't believe in going all in on software for an entire year because things can happen. Here, you have a 25% discount for the first 3 months. You have access to grants, federal contract, state contracts, subcontractors. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And I would want you to make an informed decision on whether this tool is going to be necessary in your workflow. But I already see so much of the value that it can give you in terms of time savings, in terms of removing clutter and confusion, and organizing yourself. But again, this is sources sought. Today, focus is really on getting organized, having some sort of organization in your system that allows you to track your activity, like what we created here. Soon enough, Samsearch is going to have a feature where you can actually create this within Samsearch. If you decide that you want to use Trello, you can go ahead. If you decide you want to use Samsearch, you can go ahead. But what I do here is I really give you the tools for you to make an informed decision. But with that being said, I'm going to throw it over to.
Awesome, awesome. Once again, if I think about this, is like make everything easy for me. Yes, yes, please. Yes, please. When I was looking, when Hisham was walking us through the demo, I was thinking about it like all those documents. I know how I feel sometimes when I see so many documentation I have to go through. My brain just says, okay, do this later, TLDR. But
Mhm.
it's awesome, right? That you can have that quick summarization and you can just have an idea if that's something you want to deal with, that feature. So there's so many features, and I'm sure we just scratch the surface from what Hisham has shared. You have to really go in, use both tools, use Trello, play with the project management, create your board. This is what it should look like. But at least have three different opportunities that you will identify, create 3 cards, play with it, move things along the lane, like we call these pipelines, lanes, whatever it is. Just play with it and get familiar with using project management tools to make your work organized and make things easy for you. So I like easy. So definitely, I'm definitely someone who this will, I'm a great use case for this. So once again, if you go into the community, you will see where we have under classroom challenge day 1, and then you have the Trello dashboard. Now, this video is just a quick video to walk you through. It's quick video. You play it, it will walk you through everything that Godwin showed earlier. And then you have your first challenge, create your Trello dashboard. And once you're done, now there's a cheat sheet there too at the bottom where you can download that resource to get the prompts. Thanks for walking us through that. Yeah, so you have the prompts there. You put it in your friendly AI tool to generate. And also there's a second resource as well, understanding sources sort. That's it there, giving you high level understanding of what that's about too, for those who don't know. So once you're done with creating your Trello board, you just take a screenshot and go into the community. So please go back to the community and you would have right here, just right after this, Godwin will enable that, and then you'd see day 1 challenge. So you just submit that within that space. If you have any questions along the line about how to get it done, maybe you're trying to create a card or you're trying to get logged in, whatever it is, please don't hesitate to drop it within that space as well. You can reach Godwin in chat too if you need to things clarified. Godwin, I don't know, do you have any questions? Do you have any?
Yeah, I'm just going to bring some clarification. Guys, this challenge is for you to build your own Trello dashboard and create a screenshot and post it into the community. We would like to see yours because the beautiful thing about Trello is that you can customize it to look like whatever you want to look like. I just want to make sure that you have it done. One of the ways you're going to be able to post this, I'm actually going to release these categories for challenge 1. Now it's open to all members, right? So what you're going to see on the school community is that when you're about to post, there is a category called day 1 challenge submission. You're going to see this. You're not going to see day 2 or day 3, but you are going to see day 1. So I see someone's hand up. I just wanted to, I think that's okay. No worries, no worries, no hand up. So guys, go ahead and get this challenge done and post a screenshot of your Trello dashboard to the school community. I'm going to be looking out for it and I'll be very happy to see it. But with that being said, guys, that is all for day 1 of the 3-day challenge. Coming on day 2, I'm going to be introducing you to a bot that is built to break down sources sorts and to also write submissions for sources sought. You're going to be introduced to that tomorrow. It's going to be about getting the opportunity, breaking it down, and possibly finding subcontractors that you may want to talk to about the opportunity to get more information. That can be done on ChatGPT. And as you have seen today, it can also be done on Samsearch, which is completely wonderful. But with that being said, guys, we'll be closing off this event and I would be looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at the same
set. And it's a wrap. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in today. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow, same time. And we're looking forward to your submissions in the community. Have fun doing it and let's see what we can create together. Take action and get results. Have a great evening.